and welcome back to Bookish Theories. Today we put an end in France with V's latest English release. This is a song that Taeyeon recorded as a present for Army to enjoy during his enlistment. According to the Big Hit press release, the track portrays a person's desire to end a long-time friendship for it to develop into a more romantic relationship. In the video, this desire for love is portrayed with V living out two opposing scenarios, one being life as a single man, while the other experiencing life through the rose-tinted glasses of love. Yet these contrasting scenarios end up having the same unfortunate outcome. These are like V's second and third death scene in the span of a couple of months, so yeah, he might be in the military, but we are in the trenches, so let's take a look at what all of this means. Now, at the beginning, the video opens with the first scenario that I just mentioned. At first, we explore the life that V lives before he puts an end to being friends, so DMV initially reflects his apathy and loneliness. He wakes up in an empty bed, he has breakfast with the leftover takeout of the day before, and even his house is bare and lacking any ornament and color. He's a single man, a depressed one at that, so he doesn't really care about taking care of himself or his house. He doesn't put much effort in it because he's lonely, and the world seems to be on a mission to remind him of that. When he goes out in public, every single person he encounters is in a relationship. Like it always happens when you lack something in your life, all around you only notice people having the very thing that you want, and in the video, V suffers through an entire day worth of couples loving each other. He sees them on the bus, at the convenience store, at the diner. He is all alone, but all around him there's a beautiful display of love in different shapes and forms. We see a lot of diversity, different age ranges, a lot of queer representation, and we love to see it, but V is mad about all of that because he's jealous and wants love too. When he leaves the restaurant, V is eventually run over by a couple distracted by love, and he dies alone while the rest of the world is too busy smooching. This death, however, can also be seen as a visual representation of an end. It's at this point that he puts an end to being friends, and this decision leads to the death of his single self. Sure enough, in fact, in the next scene, V wakes up at the dawn of a new day, and this time he's no longer alone. The friend that he loved for a long time has now become his lover, and this change made his life a lot more pink. Played by actress Ruby Sear, his girlfriend has an immediate effect on his life. Not only is no longer alone, but even his routine and his surroundings are a lot more pleasant. The white sheets have turned pink, the bath is now running, and the Chinese takeout has been replaced by a full breakfast which they prepare and enjoy together. Even the room itself is a lot more furnished. There's paintings on the wall, plants and flowers, more dishes, a full-on chandelier. Putting an end to being friends has improved their life in every sense of the word, and now when they go out, all they notice is their love. In the first scenario, we saw that a person who is lonely tends to notice only the love that they don't have, but in the second scenario, we discovered that the opposite is also true. When you are the one in love, you don't notice the negative things around you. Your attention is only focused on the other person, so even if around them there's people fighting and breaking up, V and the girl don't see any of that because they only have eyes for each other. Like in part 1, however, this bliss is bound to end sooner rather than later. Blinded by love, V doesn't see the car being driven by a couple fighting, so he gets run over and dies once again. This time he's not alone, so he dies smiling, but like the first one, this death also symbolizes an ending of sorts. The first death represented the end of friendship, so the lonely man was killed by a couple in love. Symbolically speaking, his loneliness was killed by a sudden love that ran him over, but the second death represented the end of this love, so the boyfriend was killed by a couple fighting. Like the couple in love kills the single man, the couple breaking up kills the man in a relationship, thus going full circle on the entire experience. During his second death, however, we see that V smiles. He dies happy, meaning that this ending is not necessarily a bad thing. By the end, in fact, V wakes up once again, but even as a single man, he's no longer alone. He's with himself, thus showing that first and foremost you have to be a friend to yourself. At the beginning, V was lonely because he wanted love and thought that only another person could give it to him. After the ending of his relationship, though, he realized that you are never alone if you enjoy your own company. So the final lesson here is that if you long for love, the first thing that you should do is to love yourself. This is all I have for you today, but let me know in the comments down below what you think about the song. If you enjoyed this video, please think about liking and subscribing, and as always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.